So how to actually start anything in 13 easy steps. So it's my birthday this week, and so I'm going to do something a little bit different for this week's video. And I often kind of do these kind of life reviews and reflections, if you like, around my birthday. And so this year I felt like sharing them on here. So I woke up at 4:24 a.m. this morning. AM is morning, isn't it? Anyway, I had a few thoughts about what I was doing last week in my studio with regards to setting up this art journaling space and feng shuiing my room. So I came in yesterday and it was Monday, and I decided that instead of carrying on with the tidying up and sorting out the space and getting everything, all perfect, I wanted to do some drawing. And so my space wasn't perfect, but it was ready enough. And so that's what I decided to do. And it got me thinking this morning at 4:24 a.m. about how we're always, waiting for something to be perfect before we start. And so often that very process stops us ever starting, doesn't it? So I was thinking about how I actually get started on things, no matter what the thing is, if you know what I mean. And these are the things I came up with. So how to actually start anything in 13 easy steps. So number one, make it easy for yourself. That's the key. So the key to starting is to have all the equipment that you might need, all the things ready, and a space ready to do it. So for an example, let's say you wanted to do yoga every morning, but your floor was all cluttered with clothing and other items, and so you didn't have a clear space to do your yoga, and your yoga mat was in a cupboard, but leaning against the cupboard door was a really heavy picture frame or mirror. So you'd have to move the picture frame or mirror in order to open the door, in order to get the yoga mat out. And then once the yoga mat was out, you'd have to clear your floor to lay the yoga mat. You're not going to do the yoga. So that's number one. It's all about ease. Gather the stuff that you need and the space to do it in. Number two is a really short and sweet one. It's stop talking about going to do it. Do the thing and then talk about it. Number three is to realise that you can't do or be everything. It's just not possible. You're not meant to do everything. You're only meant to do the things that really inspire you authentically. So connect to that part of yourself and find out what those things are, the things that really light you up, the things that are really going to bring you joy, the things that you can work at all through the night and still get up the next day and have energy, because it gives you energy. And those are the things that you need to connect to from here. Number four is stay inspired and learn what inspires you. Find ways to keep your inspiration cups flowing and overflowing. So for example, some of mine are walks in nature and sitting with the trees. That always inspires me. And don't get caught in the trap of looking out there too much and seeing what other people are doing. And I'm talking mainly about social media here, so don't go around social media doing the self-comparison thing. Don't compare yourself, don't blindly copy, don't feel far behind if somebody's more ahead or more accomplished than you. Just do you. So final note for inspiration is stay within the healthy inspiration realms. So things that inspire you are supposed to uplift you and bring you a spark of joy and not make you feel insecure and rubbish about yourself. That's not inspiration. Number 6, some days let yourself off the hook. Have a break, have a day off, do something different, but also realise that if you do that every day and you never do the thing, then maybe the thing that you're thinking you want to do isn't the right thing, if you know what I mean. Number 7, seek company of like-minded beings. So whether that's in person or whether it's online, and you may still be doing the thing alone, but come together with others to share experiences. So we can share the highs and the lows and support each other, and then that helps motivate us and keep us on our path. So number 8 is it's okay to change your mind. And so if you've been doing a thing for a little while but then realise you don't enjoy doing it, then it's completely okay to say, actually, I've picked the wrong thing, and choose something else. Just let it go and don't waste your time being unrealistically idealistic. So number 9 is circle it back. And by that I mean doing something for the good of others. And it doesn't have to be large, but each thing has a gift to share somewhere. And whether it's with one person or whether it's with 1 million people, it's still worthy. It's how we find out what we want to share with the world and with who. And we find out how and where we want to shine our light and find our tribe. Number 10, life is a journey, so enjoy the process. Enjoy the process of doing it in order to get where you want to be. So it is all about the old cliche that it's all about the journey. So number 11 is it's okay if you don't know what the thing is yet. It's okay not to know. Just trust your instincts and your intuition and ask for signs from the universe and then look for them. Notice the little things. But don't stop living while you're waiting. This is how we find our superpowers, our authentic gifts that are uniquely ours. The things we are good at naturally, the things that we can share out there. So as an example, when I started art journaling years and years ago and I was sat in my little room art journaling away, I never realised that that could be an important part of my gifts when it came to sharing myself out there, if you like. And so when I made one of my very first videos on YouTube actually, which was a guide to art journaling, I had no idea that I would impact people the way that that video did, because the comments and responses I got from that video are beyond heartwarming, absolutely beyond. And so that encouraged me to carry on and do more. And do more of what? Well, I just carried on doing what I was doing and filming it and sharing it. And even though I made that video about 2 years ago, I had a comment this past week, which is what made me think of it actually, which was basically someone saying this is the best video they've ever seen on YouTube. Now, I don't claim that that's true in any sense, but to have someone say that to me was amazing. So thank you if that was you. So number 12 is that sometimes it feels scary and way out of your comfort zone. And it can feel really uncomfortable. So for me, I'm just thinking about a time when I was going through a process in my artwork where I didn't like my results. And it was progressing through a phase that I really didn't like. And so instead of hiding away from that, I actually shared that on YouTube as part of my authentic journey and just kept sharing, you know, what was truthfully going on for me. And making that video and sharing that video felt thoroughly uncomfortable because I was basically saying that I didn't like the art I was making. And I think the important thing to note in this point is the fact that we go through ups and downs. Even if it's something that we really truly love doing, there are always going to be bumps in the road. So we need to prepare for them and be ready for them. But don't let it worry you and don't let it throw you off your path, because obviously it's how we learn as human beings, isn't it? And finally, point number 13. Point number 13 is sometimes you're not going to feel in the mood to do the thing. And that might sound really, really strange, especially if you have no time or not enough money or not enough something to be doing the thing that you want to be doing. It might sound completely bonkers. But even when you have everything in place and you can literally do the thing 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, there are still going to be times when you're not in the mood. and that's okay too. So coming back to my initial example then of my art journaling table being finished, I didn't feel like drawing yesterday, but I sat down at this lovely art table that I'd created for myself and had a drawing date with myself, and I pushed through and sat for an hour or two. The process of pushing through and also achieving, having drawings at the end of the session, it was truly worthwhile, truly worthwhile. And before 5 or 10 minutes had gone past anyway, I was thoroughly engrossed and enjoying the process of doing the thing that I wanted to do. Sometimes we need a push when we don't feel in the mood, is what I'm saying. That's point number 13. And I just thought this morning, we all want to be happy, we all want to experience joy, we all want to, make a difference to others out there in the world. And we all have our own path to walk, don't we? And so we have the tools that we need inside us, and we don't need to go outside of ourselves to look for the answers. We can go within, if that makes sense. I've said this a few times, haven't I, on my channel, but it's so true. And sometimes I think we just need that as a reminder to make us feel safe within our own knowing and feel confident with that and secure. For me, it's a safe place. And so as a final note to myself as well, I think we just need to step back from the busy and also from the technology. And I think that was one of the hidden gems, one of the hidden gifts of actually losing my Instagram account a few weeks ago, was the fact that I stepped away from it. And that's done me the world of good, to step away from that a little bit. So instead of plugging into the world out there, I've been able to tap more into myself, more into Mother Nature and Father Sky and the universe. So if you have any thoughts, then leave them down there in the comments, and have a really good week. Try to keep your lights shining bright, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Mwah.